Okay. Hi, Year 9. Welcome to your spoken language lesson 4. Um, I'm going to just talk through today for you what you need to do in this lesson. Before I do, I just wanted to say really well done on all the work that you've done so far. We've been really impressed with how you're getting on with things, in these really difficult circumstances. So, keep it up, especially as, this kind of counts now. This is the stuff that you need, this spoken language unit we need to get done in order for you to pass your English language GCSE. Okay, so just a quick reminder then before we get started of the key, what you need to do on each slide. So as you look through, the pencil means you need to answer a question or complete a task. An I means you need to read, copy, copy it down in full. Help means that there's a help sheet attached with the lesson if you need it. Keep calm and get your green pen out and check. Green pen, this means you need to self-mark or add to your answer. If you don't have a green pen, just put some other coloured box around it so it's really clear when I look at your work. Okay, 7 up, extend. This means that it's an extension or a challenge task that will be useful for grades 7, 8 and 9, but not essential. So you know who you are. If you need to push yourself, if you find yourself with a little time left over or a few more ideas, go for those 7 up tasks now. Get into that good habit and be pushing yourself. Okay, and the colour coding is as follows: blue for tasks, green for info, purple for keywords, orange for an example. Let's get started then. Okay, let me move myself out. There we are. Right, so title today, language devices 2, and write down the date. So date and title, nice and neat please. So we know we've got to write something here, we've got a task. Knowledge recall. So last lesson, which language devices did you learn? Last lesson, write those down. Last lesson, which language devices does this use? Do you know that 12% of students fail because of lack of sleep, reduced concentration and an overuse of social media? Okay, I think that's true, that one. So yeah, pay attention to the content as well as the technique there. Right, last week, which form would use these structural features? Bullet points, box around the text, and a title. Again from last week. Give an example of an opening and a closing of a speech. So just spend a couple of minutes on that, not too long. Right, here are your answers. I'll let you read through those and mark your own. Copy the answers down if you got them wrong. So make sure here on this slide that you adjust your work to correct any misconceptions you might have. Okay, here we go then. Today we're going to learn about 3 more DeForest techniques. You can find this table on your knowledge organiser. So again, that's attached with the lesson. Tick the 4 devices that you learnt last lesson. Well, I've done it for you, so this helps you to move on. We've got anecdote, rhetorical question, statistics, and what's that one on the bottom? Triples, okay? Right, another task. Remember these headlines from last lesson? Task. Pick the headline you want to use later in this lesson. I'll read them out for you. Our teenagers need social skills, not social networks. Social media is harming the mental health of teenagers. The state has to act. When we say the state, we mean the government, the institutions of power. Okay? I worried people would forget about me. Can teenagers survive without social media? As a voice from the past, I can tell you that yes, they can. Right. So first for today then is direct address. Direct address is how we speak to an audience and show we understand who the question is directed us towards. Different ways we use direct address. The rhetorical question. Did you know that 72% of pets were rescued from animal shelters? how could he make a difference in this situation? Okay, those questions that don't require an answer, but they're provocative and they make us think. 2, joining the audience together with you. So we all need to band together to ensure that this never happens again. My friends, we're faced with a near impossible decision. Okay, so it's this we and the possessive pronoun of my friends. Okay, so you're uniting everyone, you're trying to get everyone on your side. You know, we're all going to the party. Come on, come with us. 3, commanding the audience to action, sometimes also called a call to action. It's up to you, sorry, typo there. It's up to you and you alone to make a difference in this situation. You have only one decision in front of you, to help or not to help. Okay, so just pause, take those in, read that slide again, make sure that you're clear on what direct address is. As I was talking through, I was using that word pronouns. Just a reminder that these are all pronouns. This you here, that second person pronoun, we, collective pronoun, or us, applying to all of us, I, my, possessive pronoun there. Okay, direct address, personal pronouns directed at the audience to involve them in a topic. Right, next task. Write an example of each type of direct address about your chosen headline. So make sure that you've picked it and then write your own rhetorical question about your headline, then write your own joining the audience together with you statement about your headline, and then 3, your own commanding the audience to action. Okay, I've put a reminder of those 3 headlines at the bottom here. Okay, so well done. Let's move on. Next is emotive language, one of my personal favourites. Okay, we relate most easily to anecdotes because they're personal experiences that most people can relate to. So an anecdote, quick reminder, is a kind of a story or that makes an example to illustrate a point. Okay, put these emotive words into categories, and your 3 categories are violent, joyful, and sad. Okay, brutal, dismal, love, bitter, cruel, glorious, savage, agony, sombre, excitement, lonely, relaxation, tired, vicious, and merry. Okay, I was trying to put some emotion into those into that emotive language for you. I hope you noticed. Let's go move on. So when you've done that, here are your categories. Okay, so yours should look like that. Again, we've got the symbol keep calm and green pen check, so adjust your work. If you have anything in the wrong category, go back and change it now. So that was part 1, checking that you've got the right words in the right places. Now 2, pick 5 words to use in your article and then find 2 extra words from the thesaurus. So you're just going to type thesaurus into Google and find yourself some more words there, some alternatives to words. So we're broadening our working vocabulary all the time. Okay. Last then are expert views. You take something you believe and put it in the mouth of an expert, using expert views properly. The person must have a name, a position, and an institution. Okay, so if you just say, oh, scientists say it's really important that you do that, or that you have your vitamin C every morning. Scientists say so. It's like, what? Well, which scientists? Who? Why? But what about if, Professor Rootham from the University of Oxford said all teenagers need 10 hours of sleep per night. It's a lot more credible. So let's look at this example. Dr. Alan Smith, senior lecturer at London School of Economics, argues that. Number 2, These phrases to introduce a quote: argues that, suggests, stated, supports the view that, presented the idea. Okay, so if you're using more than one expert opinion or quoting from more than one person in this way, try to vary it, okay? So use more than one of those phrases. 3. Punctuate the sentence correctly. Put speech marks around the words only. The full stop comes at the end. So you can see in that example there, Dr. Alan Smith, senior lecturer at London School of Economics, argues that social media has changed the economy by limiting student learning. End quote, full stop. Task: write 2 expert views to use in your article. Oops. Hang on a second. Okay, so here we go then. Today we learned about 3 more De Forest techniques. Can you find this table on your knowledge organiser and then tick off the 3 devices that you learned today? So can you, when you look at your knowledge organiser, make sure that you've now got all of the ones that we have done so far ticked off. Okay, so that's it from me. Bye-bye and well done. As I said again, just keep up the good work. I know it's not easy, but we are very pleased.